Hello my friends, welcome to our channel. This time I would like to discuss a particular question asked this or that time. Now, it is related to studies, of course. Should I select a program of study which is related to my previous work experience or academic experience, or I could choose something else? The question probably would not be unique for everyone, but in 90% of cases which I see, especially in refusal cases, officers appeal to one simple thing. If you were working your entire life, even if it was a short period, so say 4 or 5 years after you graduated from a university or a college, you were working as a marketing specialist, for example, or you were working as an IT specialist, or you were working even as an office manager, and now suddenly you're going to study something else, typically it would lead you to refusal. And the reason being, your academic studies are not justified in the eyes of visa officers. Why would you cross-trace your whole career? Why would you erase all of your background and start everything afresh? And cover letters explaining that you would earn much more in your home country if, say, you suddenly requalify from say marketing specialist to IT specialist, it is not justifiable. Not justifiable in the eyes of an officer, simply because what you're saying, you do not have a job in your home country right now, because as an IT officer you don't have it, right? You got a job as a marketing specialist, and suddenly you decide to study IT, claiming that you would come back to your home country and you would find this job. Well, it sounds fishy. You do not have this job right now, you're not working in this area right now, your employment perspectives are close to zero. Why in the world would you do that? Please do not listen to so-called advisors who tell you to do something like that. It is stupid as hell, okay? Just don't. Another interesting example which I heard a couple of days ago is a person has been specifically advised to leave his job before applying for a visa to Canada. Never in the freaking world do that. Why would you leave your current employer, even for the sake of preparing for IELTS, before applying for a visa to Canada? What if your visa is refused? Even for a minor reason, you have to reapply, you have to provide your academic credentials, you have to provide your work references one more time, and suddenly you're not working in a company anymore, you cannot do this, and guess what? Your ties to the home country, they are getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Now you don't have a job, now you don't have anything. Guess what? You're not a bona fide student, and I'm about to refuse you. Now, getting back to the point, I'm not about to say that if you do not have a just reason for restudying or requalifying for another career, you cannot do this. If you could prove to an officer that your whole life you were dreaming for another career, but you were not able to do that, so say you were applying to work as a cook or study as a cook simply because you were trying to skip away from compulsory military training or compulsory military service, well, that could explain everything, and now you're looking to study marketing because that's what you were dreaming your whole life. But those explanations and those justifications, they have to be pretty solid with the right examples, and they have to be supported by additional papers. Usually, if you're looking to study, and if you're dreaming of a career in IT, but your whole life you were a doctor, I would say apply for something related to your career, come to Canada. Once you get your study permit, you legally could change your study program, okay? Do not fall into the trap trying to persuade an officer in something you are not, okay? Comments, questions, mostly welcome. At the bottom of the video you could leave your comment, or if you got a question with the particulars of your case, you could leave them. You got our direct contacts at the end of the video. Stay tuned with us.